Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Traversing Food, where today we're taking a trip to Chile, where I'll be checking out this 24-hour combat ration that I picked up a while back from Emery Mountain. This is menu number 2, had a package date of October 2017, and has a best by date of February 2019. That's a pretty short shelf life. I believe, like a lot of the Russian rations, this does not contain any preservatives. That's why I got a shelf life of about a year and 4 months. I put this on a scale. It weighs in at 1,916 grams, or approximately 4.2 pounds. But for now, let's get this opened up, check it out. First up, we have a 200 gram pack of stewed chicken and vegetables. There's spork. Here's a 200 gram pack of stewed lentils. 2 flameless ration heaters. Here's something that'll keep you regular. 150 grams of prune juice. 2 more ration heaters. Here's a 200 gram pack of rice and turkey curry. I'm trying to arrange this a little bit better. 150 gram pack of peaches. Wonder how many retort pouches we're going to have in this. 200 grams of stewed chicken and vegetables. 70 grams of vacuum sealed granola. Got a little accessory pack. I'll open here in a minute. 100 grams of peanuts and raisins. You have 80 grams of little fruit biscuits. 2 accessory packs. And lastly, we have 2 orange isotonic drinks, which these are, they're pretty solid. I'll still check them out though. And that is everything. Definitely a lot of interesting food. Instead of one very large main, I like the fact that you get a lot of smaller mains. That way you can have a lot of better selection. So let me get my tray and we'll figure out what I want to do for breakfast. Okay everybody, this is what I got lined up for breakfast. Gonna open this up, gonna have our coffee, stewed chicken and vegetables, our granola, our prune juice. And even though it does say prune juice, I've seen them where they have had prunes. I'm not sure what it is, but I really don't feel any prunes in there. So I'm going to guess it's going to be just prune juice, which doesn't bother me a bit. I like them. So let's get this opened up. Might even have a wet wipe in here, not sure. But good old Nescafe. Don't have that. Don't really need the spoon. Got 2 packs of salt, 2 sugars, and we got a tea. Guess I'll have some tea also. 4 packs of sugar total, and a napkin. So, let me get another glass for our tea. Having some tea by Quality. Smells like a nice English breakfast. And I'll have a sugar out here just in case we need it. I doubt we'll need the rest of these. I'll use that spoon to stir up my coffee and tea. So, looks a little beat up. Let me open this up, make sure everything's okay. Yep, everything looks fine. And let's get our main meal ready. What is this? 100 mils of water. The heater on this is a pretty decent size for the size of the packages. Or I guess you can say retort pouches. but she barely fit in there. Yeah, it just calls for 100 mils of water. Let's see how quick these take off. I'm just going to leave that there and let it do its thing. Check out the prune juice. And there it goes. That one's got a nice kick to it. Let's set it aside. I'm sure you can still hear it going in the background. Definitely a lively one. So, back to this again. Let's check out the prune juice. As I make a little bit of a mess. Nope, it's prunes. Don't need that. I'm just going to give me a little bowl for this. I don't know if that's just the way they are, but they're pretty mashed up. That's why I thought it was prune juice, because I couldn't feel any whole prunes in there. But while that main's heating up, I'm going to heat up some hot water and get our drinks ready. Okay, the drinks are ready. The main is pretty much done heating up. And check out the granola. I wish it was down more towards the bottom. Is this gusseted? Yeah, it is. Because the tear notch is up here. See if I can set that out of the way a little bit. Trying to make sealed very well. Let's see if I can get it crunched up a little bit. There we go. Much better. Looks like everything came out okay. Try some out really quick. It's okay. I mean, it's a nice tasting granola, but it's not very sweet. It's not a sweet, well, how should I put it? I guess I'm used to granola having more of a honey flavor to it. But yeah, this is it's not very sweet at all. I'd say it's just sweet enough so it doesn't seem bland. And the raisins, they're pretty small. A little bit dry. Still got good flavor. I wonder if it would have been better just to maybe add some hot water to it and have it like a breakfast cereal. Let's check out this tea. Yeah, it's pretty good. Not a very strong tea, but at least it's not bitter. And let's check out these prunes. Definitely mashed up. Juice is very thick. But I will say, those taste extremely good. Has really good flavor. Nice and sweet. Almost sweet enough to where you probably could have had this for dessert. But it is very good. Alright, let me get that main. And this thing is smoking hot. You can probably still see steam coming out of it. And just to give you an idea how much it expanded, there's the heater right there. But man, this is smoking hot. Let me wipe this off a bit. Maybe I should have opened this earlier while I was trying out the printing so this has cooled down a bit. But let's check this out. It smells great. Kind of thin. But that is a nice looking little 200 gram main. We got diced potatoes, got chunks of chicken, got rice, got pieces of corn, peas. The carrots, you can see the carrots in there, a little finely shredded. But man, it smells really good. I'm going to try out a piece of chicken first. I'm going to actually try a piece of chicken and potato. See how well they're cooked. Wow, this tastes extremely good. It's not very salty, which I didn't expect it to be since this ration has such a short shelf life. You know, they don't add preservatives. Potatoes are a little bit soft, but the chicken still has some good texture to it. And this is good. I think it's got I think it's got pieces of green beans in there too. Getting her a piece of potato. Yeah, that is very nicely done. Now let's check out our coffee. Just good old Nescafe. Yeah, it's good coffee. I enjoy it. But that's going to do it for breakfast. I know it came with 2 of the stewed chicken and vegetables. I'm glad it did because, man, that's good. I just wish the granola was a little bit sweeter. But until then, I'll see you at lunch. Okay, everybody, here we are for lunch. I am going to change up a few things. Normally, I would have the stewed lentils and the curried rice with turkey, having the fruit biscuits and the isotonic drink. But since we have 2 stewed chickens with vegetables, and I had one for breakfast, normally I would, well, I was thinking about having the peaches and the stewed chicken with vegetables for dinner. You know, we've already seen that, so I'm not going to do that twice. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the stewed lentils for dinner with the peaches. So have them later. And I'm going to add some of the peanuts and raisins. But first thing I want to check out is the orange isotonic drink. It's pliable, but I don't know what it's actually going to look like. I'm going to open this up over the sink so I don't spill everything all over the counter. Okay, and after opening this up, it is a very bright orange. It smells okay. There's no discoloration, but let's see what we get in the glass here. I don't know how well this is going to work. I'm just going to break pieces off. Like I said, it's just like one big chunk. I also don't know how much this is supposed to make. So I'm going to put in about 300 milliliters. Let it start dissolving while I get this main started in a flameless ration heater. These things work pretty darn good. I will say that. They go for a long time, and when they go, boy, they take off. Okay, while our main's heating up, I tried a little bit of this and it was very strong, so I filled it up to about 450 mils of water. It probably makes 500. But let's check out our little called berry biscuits, I think. There's 2 of them. But I'm going to save one for dinner. They have a very nice berry smell to it. Peanuts and raisins. See how they sound. Nope, didn't really hiss at all. Let's see if we can get them knocked down to the bottom a little bit. Alright. These are pretty much don't break up at all. That's about half of it. Very just a little bit of oil that was in there, had everything stick together. Peanuts look well roasted. I'll give them a try first. Peanuts do have a good roasted flavor to them. I would say the main downside is that since they were vacuum sealed in there with the raisins, the peanuts they're not soft, but they're not crunchy. Just that little bit of moisture took the crunchiness away. Try some of the raisins. The raisins got a good flavor to them. Compared to the raisins that were in the granola at breakfast, these raisins are not dry at all. Have a nice sweetness to them. I wish there was a little bit of saltiness to them from the peanuts. Maybe I'll get that together when I taste everything. Yeah, it tastes pretty good together. Let's give this biscuit a try. See if it'll break in half. Nope. Yeah, it broke in half. A little bit crumbly. You know, even though the biscuit has a very good flavor to it, got a little bit of sweetness, a very nice berry flavor, and it doesn't taste that artificial. But man, is it dry. But it does have really good flavor. All right, give our drink a try. Wow. It does have a little bit of an orange flavor, but it is very overpowering on the citric acid. The sourness is so great that it almost makes your lips want to pucker. Seems like it has just enough sugar. And just like the first main, this thing has been going for about 10 minutes. And it is still rocket hot. Still going. You can still see steam coming out of it. I mean, this thing is hot. And to give you an idea, I pretty much can't hold the pouch. It is that hot. We can see in there, but it smells wonderful. Man, that smells good. You can smell the curly powder in there. Nice, decent sized pieces of turkey. Looks like carrots, peas, a lot of rice. Definitely smell onion. That also looks like potato. But let's find out. I think it's a piece of potato. And it is. A little bit soft. Tastes really good. Try a piece of turkey. And just like the chicken from the breakfast, the turkey is very well cooked. It's not soft. It has a good texture to it. It's not dry either. Let's give this rice a try. That's really interesting. The rice is not soft. It still has a pretty decent chew to it. But overall, this is a very good dish. Yeah, that's a very nice curry. Very good flavor. It's not overpowering. Also, it's not very salty. Okay, everybody, that's going to do it for lunch. You know, one thing I was thinking about while that main was heating up, when I heat up the main for dinner, I'm going to toss one of my temperature probes in there and just see how hot this thing really gets. Because I know the Chinese rations, flameless ration heaters get pretty hot, but I think this one beats it. But until then, I'll see you at dinner. Hello everyone, and here we are for dinner. I've got lined up our stewed lentils, peaches, I got the berry biscuit. Even though it's a little dry, I think I'm going to pour some of the liquid from the peaches on it and soften it up. Instead of our isotonic drink, I'm going to have a tea. And since I was curious about how hot these flameless ration heaters get, so I got my temp probe. We're going to get this ration heater going. I know it's got two temperatures on there. Don't worry about the one on the right. The temperature on the left is the one that's important. It's in Fahrenheit. $100 mils of water. Like I said, let me get this out of the way, and we'll see how it does. I might fast forward until it truly activates though. That's interesting. It seems like it'd be hotter than that, especially if it's boiling water. You know, water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and highest it's reading is 201. But let's set this aside and let it finish going. Okay, now that our main's been heating up for a little while, let's get our other berry biscuit out and check out these peaches. Seem to be kind of small pieces. Getting a little bit dark. But maybe some of the juice from the peaches helps soften up that cookie a little bit. Hope it does. Let's check the peaches out. So they're diced up pretty well. They're pretty good. You can tell they have a little bit of age to them. They're not as sweet as your standard canned peaches either. It's more like of a light sauce. But they're okay. I'm sure they'd be a lot better if they were fresh. Check out our tea. Had it at breakfast. I added a little sugar this time. Yeah, it's really good. I enjoy that. And our main has been going for 10 minutes. And if you're curious, still 156 degrees. Steam's still rolling out. Now 158. Depends on how the package leans. When I picked it up, it was reading 164. And if you're wondering, yeah, it's pretty darn hot. Looks kind of thin. Probably should have got a bowl, but I ain't worried about it. Smells really good. You can see the rice and lentils in there, carrots. I can smell onions. I'll see how the broth tastes. You know, that has a really good flavor. A little bit peppery, even though I think pumpkin is the second ingredient. The first one is water. You can't really tell there's pumpkin in there, but it tastes really good. Lentils are nice and soft. The rice isn't mushy, but does have a really good flavor. It's not overly salty either. I didn't expect it to be. It's pretty enjoyable. I wish I had some crackers to throw in there though. Let's see if this berry biscuit has softened up any. Nope. It's still pretty damn tough. I was hoping it'd soak up some of the liquid and soften up, but it seems like it has not. But still, I'm going to take a bite of it. Yep, still dry. Yeah, even though I let it sit in the liquid for another 5 minutes, it didn't want to soften up at all. Which was a real shame. It tastes really good together. I just wish it would have sucked up some more of the liquid. But that's going to do it for now. And I hope you enjoyed the review of this Chilean combat ration, menu number 2. I pretty much enjoyed everything. I think my only complaints would be that the raisins and peanuts, the peanuts weren't very crunchy. And even though these berry biscuits had really good flavor, they were just pretty dry. But I would still definitely recommend this ration to try out. As for where we're heading next, there's no telling. I got some pretty decent 24-hour rations coming up. Still want to do some more from Sweden, France. Still got some British ORPs in there. Still got a lot of great stuff going. And I hope you're enjoying everything too. I know I am. But like I said, hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, hit that like button, share with your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.